All right, good morning. Welcome to the camp, the sort of wet camp. We kind of got rained on last night and yesterday and had a lot of wind, so we pretty much got water everywhere. It wasn't terrible though. We're getting everything dried out now. Got it laid out in the sun. It should be good to go by this evening if the clouds don't come back and get us again. We'll have to keep an eye on that. How sad would that be to have everything about dried out and turn my back for a minute and get rained on? Let me figure out where I put my coffee. This is actually attempt number 2 or 3, learning how to use my phone as a video camera. I'll come over here and sit in the shade because it's not horrible hot out here, but it is very humid and the sun adds to it. Let's see if we can get over here and get set up and we'll visit. There we go. Some people are more professional than others. I'm not one of them. Anyway, like I say, we're out camping. We're at a place that we've been asked to not share with everybody just yet. Once we're done and it's all passed, then we'll get to tell you a little more about it. My English friend is here with me, but not right here with me. He's down. They're doing a little bit of a pistol course down there, a little pistol training. He thought he'd go brush up. I'll go down there in a minute, but I'm in pretty good shape on my pistol techniques and all, and this is just kind of a beginner's course for some ladies anyway that we were going to go audit, I think is the right word. So first of all, if you're here and listening and watching this, congratulations, you made it through the most recent scary thing, which happened to be yesterday when they did the national emergency phone test kind of a thing. And most of us figured there was going to be nothing to it, and in fact, it seems to have been a big nothing burger. But, you know, it's the kind of thing for us that live in the world of preparedness, we always try to be ready and alert for who knows what. Now, probably if they were really going to try to slip something in on us, they wouldn't have told us they were going to do anything like that. But good grief, times are crazy and just who knows. But I know people that took the batteries out of their phones and pulled the SIM cards out and did that kind of thing with them. Nothing wrong with that. It does not hurt to be prudent. There's verses in the Bible that talk about seeing something coming and trying to get ahead of it. And then we all know that same kind of thing. You know, you might get a weatherman tell you there's going to be a storm and it's going to be bad. The other two weathermen on the other channels say there's not going to be anything to it. Probably there's not going to be anything to it, but it doesn't hurt to try to be ahead of it anyway. Go around, gather the things up that don't need to get rained on, make sure your shop door is closed, ask me how I know, things like that. Even though there might not be anything to it. And in this case, there was probably nothing to it, so bonus for us, I guess. My English friend said he was going to check in England, said they were supposed to do some kind of a test over there. He mentioned that on the first try of this video when I didn't realize you actually had to be on video and not photo before you started. This is how we learn, isn't it? But he said there was something going on over there. He's going to try to find out about it. And my guess is he'll post a video up on his channel to tell you what he learns about that when he does. In the meantime, we knew there was going to be a storm yesterday coming up and thought we had everything buttoned up real good, but there was a lot of rain with it and a lot of wind with it, and the wind blew the rain into spots where I wish it hadn't have. I don't like sleeping in wet sleeping bags and on a wet mattress pad and all that kind of thing, but good lesson to remember though, and it's not the worst thing in the world, for sure. It's uncomfortable at first, but even with wet blankets and wet things like that, once you get settled down in there and get used to how it feels, then you adapt to it and you sleep pretty good, you know, until you roll over in the middle of the night and your arm goes into a puddle or something like that. But it's not terrible. But then you wake up the next morning, you have good coffee, speaking of which. You realize how pretty it is, and especially for me, being in a part of the world where it's very green and pretty, I certainly appreciate that. Like I said, we're going to go down here in a little bit, do a little bit of pistol looking. I didn't bring enough ammunition to really do any shooting. I want to not go home with empty magazines, so I probably won't do any shooting. Now, that doesn't mean I didn't bring any ammunition. I just didn't bring more. I brought about 4 pistol mags worth, and that's about it. So I don't want to use them all up plinking and playing. I can do that at home where it's easier to reload. Now, if we had pull-out rifles, I'd be okay. I'm in good shape on 5.56 and even 12 gauge. So, but we're not doing that kind of a training. This will just be kind of a quick abbreviated video just to kind of share with you and say hello. I, you know, just wanted to touch base with everybody. I've got 2 or 3 videos in the pipes that I'm wanting to do, but good night, my customers. I tell people sometimes I could get a lot more done if my customers wouldn't keep bothering me. But my customers aren't bothering me. I'm glad my customers call, because if they didn't, I wouldn't get to do stuff like this. I'd sit at home even more broke than I am, and not be able to do much. But I just want to encourage you, you know, if when those things keep happening, a friend of mine, I don't remember, I think it may have been Wayne, the ungrateful peasant, that mentioned something that he survived, and it may have been one of the other guys that I'm in a group with, that now they survived the the Mayan calendar debacle, Y2K, goodness, Jade Helm, 2 or 3 other things like that were these big, supposedly scary events that you know, everybody thinks could be the world ending kind of a thing. I think when the world ends, it's going to sneak up on us a little bit more so than that. The point is, you get complacent sometimes because you keep seeing something. The story of the boy who cried wolf, everybody finally got where they didn't listen. You know, we get warnings sometimes, we get nudgings of something maybe going on. It is okay to look into those and to be ready for it. Fill up your tank with gas. Make sure you've got everything, all the stuff. Make sure you've got all the little things taken care of. You've got some extra water. You've got whatever you might need to have, and more than anything, you're alert and watching to see what goes on in case something really does go on. Most of the time it doesn't. Once in a while it can, and someday it's going to. There's something that's going to happen at some point, and you need to be ready for it. Ask the people in Hawaii that had to deal with the fires. Ask people in areas where it flooded. Something is going to happen. It may not be what you think, almost certainly won't be what you think, but something's going to happen. Stay ready. Be aware of things that go on. Don't get entirely wrapped up in them. Don't lose your mind about them, but be aware. Be aware and be prepared. Hey, that kind of rhymes. Maybe we'll work on that. That's all I got for right now. Like I say, want to say hello. Hope you're having a great day. We'll be back with more information on what's going on. I guess you can call it a cliffhanger. You got to come back for the next one to see what's going on. It's really just a good time is about all it is. But there we go. So thank y'all, and talk to you later.